Last time on Hakai, with Goku at the Death Maze, the gang continues to go through hundreds of tunnels. But could there really be that many left? And with Vegeta, while he still seems to be holding his own against Cooler, will his Ultra Ego form give out at any minute? Or is he still far from finished? This is part 17 of an ongoing series and was created by Hakai. Support him and get it fully using the links below. The Boro continuing to lead the way through the cavernous maze. At this point, our newest destroyer groans that they've already gone through hundreds of tunnels. Could there really be that much left? Luckily, now all they have in front of them is only a straight path. At the end of this final tunnel, they will find the much-sought cocoon of the primordial beast known as Hyrule. And if that's all, the destroyer would really like to get this over already. Clearly not too enthused by this non-combat adventure. While their assistant resolves to push forward. Perhaps it isn't that Goku's bored after all. His horrible feeling from upon entering this cavern has only intensified the further they've gotten. Announces that they're getting really close to Hyrule. And Goku's worries are confirmed. The bad feeling increases the closer they get. What is it that he's sensing that's causing this concern? Sure enough, they finally arrived, marking the first time our hero has laid eyes on a primordial beast cocoon. Though, he may still find it familiar somehow. The assistant relishes in their success. Looks like everything worked out in the end. Now all there is to do is move it, with extreme caution of course. When Goku places his arm in front of them, demanding they wait, prompting Lei to question what's gotten into him. He warns that if any of them get close to that thing, they'll be killed instantly. Though alarming, a figure appears, even complimenting the god of destruction on his deduction abilities. It seems he couldn't escape his senses, revealing to us a celestial mage. The Saiyan tells how, for some reason, he felt an indescribable danger upon approaching this place, as if his life were in grave danger. Since this creature is caged, he figured that this bloodlust wasn't coming from it. It was him, wasn't it? Goku demands that he tell him who he is, who has no problem in doing so. His name is Otasu, the great mage of elements, the leader of the 5 celestial mages. But the leader of the celestial mages, if what this man claims is true, what could our hero possibly do against him? It's already been stated that these mages are much more powerful than any destroyer. Back on Earth in our own universe. Leaving his home, Piccolo meets up with Gohan at the lookout. Nevertheless, it seems this wasn't a planned reunion of the pair. Dende himself called the both of them independently to gather here, who quickly ushers them over. As the Guardian thanks them for coming here so promptly, Beerus and Boo are here as well. Gohan looks at the god of destruction and asks what's happening. Does his presence here have something to do with all these climactic catastrophes happening all over the Earth? Before he can answer, Piccolo states that he feels a powerful ki that resembles Frieza's, but he knows for a fact that it's not Frieza himself. Of course, alluring to Cooler. Zipping in, It's Shin and Kibito, marking their first visit to the planet in quite some time. Before anything else, he quickly beckons the destroyer if he knows about Vegeta's situation. They ought to stop him immediately, sending a worried chill up the spines of our heroes. Beerus, however, scowls that Vegeta is all grown up. He doesn't need a babysitter. That look of horror is still on his face. The Supreme Kai then quarrels that the entire universe could be completely destroyed if they don't intervene. Taking some pride in his kinda student, but mostly Whis, he instructs his other Celestial half to rest assured that Vegeta is not an amateur. He knows very well what he's doing. Besides, they have bigger things to worry about at the moment. And regarding such things, Gohan would like him to explain what's happening and why they've been summoned here. Smirking, the cat chirps that he doesn't like to repeat himself, so he'll explain everything when all the Earth's warriors are here. It looks like they're still missing a few people. Thinking to himself, Piccolo believes that for Beerus to be acting like this means something really serious must be happening. When something about Gohan catches his attention. Doing to Cooler basically what he did to Cell all those years ago. If it were nearly any other creature in this universe, this would automatically be a fatal blow. Vegeta responds to his foe's previous remarks as he cackles that the Frost Demon here is the one that's going to die. The Prince snarls at his opponent to take off that mask. He wants to see his ugly face suffering in agony. Sadistically shouting that's what he likes to see. He goes in for the finishing move. Before his right eye is impaled by one of the demon's fingers. Who mocks if Vegeta still likes what he sees? And if so, for him to take a look at this. Both warriors making grave mistakes and plummeting to the ground. Cooler hisses that Vegeta is an idiot. This transformation of his may give him greater power at a constant rate. But on the other hand, he needs to put his body through repeated damage. That's what makes his durability in battle much less than his own. There's a limit to how many attacks one can take. Smiling. Saiyan scoffs at who's talking. Does he really think that he wouldn't have noticed this gigantic flaw? Since Cooler himself activated his latest form, he has lost energy very rapidly. He said that he didn't train much in this state, a misstep that Frieza also made in discovering his golden form. The difference between the brothers is that Cooler could master his gold state while using his normal appearance, but can't adapt it well to the augmented form he's in now. Listening quietly, the villain utters he's right. This transformation takes a lot of energy and he won't be able to maintain it much longer. But also, Vegeta's body seems pretty close to its own limits. So he suggests they decide this battle once and for all. How about they both charge with one final direct attack using the remainder of their power? No tricks this time. No tricks, huh? That's pretty hard to believe coming from the brother of Frieza. Even so, it mustn't be easy for Cooler to trust a Saiyan either. And by the look on his face, the demon doesn't seem well enough to pull off any kind of tricks. Very well. They'll do it. No tricks. With Goku in Universe 6 on Planet Chameleon, our hero calls out to the so-called leader of the Celestial Mages that he doesn't understand his reasoning for still being here. If that cocoon is all he wants, why didn't he just take it and run away? Who explains that it's simply because he was waiting for him, the god of destruction, Goku. He wants him to showcase some of his power. Gaboro quickly reminds the Saiyan that if a battle were to take place here, it would cause Hyrule to break free from his cocoon. And this beast has enough power to cause unimaginable catastrophes. Reaching into his pocket, the mage chuckles that won't be a problem. Retrieving a magic seal. Teleporting the ball away from the cave and probably the planet. Looks like Goku might have just accidentally spoke something into existence. Though he figures at least now he'll be able to face this guy freely. If he can take out the leader, surely it'll make a great loss for the Celestial Mages. Though the assistant pleads for them all to retreat. This isn't a fight they can win. But there's no way he's gonna turn tail now. What kind of god flees like a coward when in front of a guy who wants to destroy his universe? No matter how powerful this guy is, he's gonna face him here and now. Compelling his Kaioshin to cheer him on. She's ready to show this thief why you can't mess with the gods of this universe. Looking forward towards his opponent, he said his name is Otisu. To be blunt, the thought of fighting someone who insists on hiding their face kind of pisses him off. How about he stop being such a coward and reveal himself? Albeit a little shocked at the Destroyer's audacity, the Celestial Leader will grant him this favor in honor of his courage. Back at the Celestial Mage hideout, Tyra chastises Terran and Brajan for coming back empty-handed. She can't believe that she was the only one who's been able to succeed in their mission so far. The former Master of Beerus, who was previously thought to be long dead and the furthest thing from a bad guy, squabbles to know what he was supposed to do with Beerus showing up to stop him. Had they fought, it would have only made things much worse. As for Brajan, she doesn't feel she can be blamed either. The Guardian who took the cocoon containing the sleeping power of Majin Buu was an angel. To fight someone like that would end the little beauty she has left. Zipping in, Callimore, the beast who is able to easily defeat the Pride Troopers all at once. Familiar with the situation, he cackles that it looks like almost all the mages are here. The memories he inherited from Zara bring him a pleasant feeling upon seeing them. Zara being the Omni-King, Voltron-like being that'll form when all the beasts are gathered. As they all kneel in his presence, Tyra hisses for Zorky to at least take off his hood when saluting Lord Callimore. Quickly flipping it down, it's the man from the first chapter, the one who trained under the Celestial Guardian known as Anzen. It was previously established that they both perished that day. He requests forgiveness before claiming it's because he hates this face. So knowing that this warrior perished long ago, along with Terran, and in a previous chapter, Brajan made comments alluring that her current body may not be her own. We're brought back to Goku to reveal the leader of the Celestial Mages is none other than Anzen himself. He tells the Saiyan to get a good look at his face, because it'll be the last thing he sees. Goku instructs his companions to back off and leave this to him. Gaboro warns against this fight yet again, but if he insists on this decision as the God of Destruction, he will not try to stop him further. Facing Lehigh, he wants the two of them to leave immediately. So she shouts there's no way! She's a god of this universe too. And what kind would she be if she left all the hard work in Mr. Goku's hands? These words seem to burn inside Anzen's ears. Goku becomes a bit horrified that his opponent might know their connection. Goku's enemies don't have to actually beat Goku to win, just his celestial counterpart. He bellows for them to get out of here now! This guy knows about the Kaioshins and Hakaishins! With the last of the 5 Celestial Mages finally being revealed, just what's going on with the resurrection of so many characters we've seen before in this story. Are they really who they appear to be? Or do we have ourselves a Goku Black or Captain Ginyu situation where their bodies have been stolen? And what about Vegeta and Cooler? Surely Vegeta can actually believe Cooler isn't planning something sinister. Will their battle really end with only one more attack? Or is this at last the end? Then regarding Beerus and the others, what is the Destroyer of the 7th Universe planning with all the planet's warriors? Is he simply getting them ready for what's to come? Or does he have something special in mind?